Can we accomplish the will of God in this world that's so messed up? Welcome to this, your daily 180 Bible study. We're looking at lessons from the conversion of the Philippian jailer. And I want you to join me in verse number 26, and we're going to read down to about verse number 30. Acts 16, verse number 26. Suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundation of the prison were shaken, and immediately all the doors were open and everyone's chains were loosed, and the keeper of the prison awakened from sleep, and seeing the prison doors open, so supposing the prisoners had fled, drew his sword and was about to kill himself. But Paul called out with a loud voice, saying, "Do yourself no harm, for we are all here." Then he called for a light, ran in, and fell down trembling before Paul and Silas. And he brought them out and said, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" Tomorrow we're going to talk more about that and his response. But I want you to think about what just happened. This is an amazing unfolding of events. And we might think to ourselves, God's not in control of any of this. They shouldn't have been beaten. They shouldn't have been thrown in prison. But here's a lesson for us. And that is that God's providence is bigger than the moment. You see, just like Paul was forbidden to go into Asia and Bithynia and preach the gospel, here God knew that Paul had an appointment with the Philippian jailer. Did God cause Paul and Silas to be beaten? No, I don't think we can make that argument, but he certainly did allow it. And he realized that the kingdom would be advanced. And there's a wonderful passage of Scripture that should mean a lot to us, because there are those times when we feel beaten, we feel imprisoned, we feel like life is not fair, it feels like God is out of control and nothing's working, and we need to remember Romans 8 and verse 28. Romans 8 and verse 28 says, "And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose." The verse doesn't say that all things are good. Was it good that Paul and Silas were beaten? No. Was it good that they were thrown in prison? No. But God can take a horrible, rotten situation and He can bring about good. But the key is we must be submissive. We must have that attitude that says, "I will do the Lord's will regardless." Join us again tomorrow for your Daily 180.